Hello, it's MANEMA again, and welcome to another episode of The Crafty Communicator, where marketing, communications, and brand experts converge to exchange knowledge. Now, in today's episode, I want to speak to high school students. You're probably still deciding which career path you want to take, and if you're leaning towards marketing and communications and you're wondering where to start, here are a couple of questions I need you to ask yourself before making the decision, right? So take your time and think through. Number one, what are my interests? And how to know your interests are the things that give you joy or some sensation of happiness as you're doing them. So it might be a certain subject, it might be a certain sport, it might be when interacting with a certain teacher that you find yourself lively and lighter as you engage with these subjects or individuals. So take note and write down what interests you're experiencing as you're going through high school. Number two, I want you to take note of your natural abilities. So, what are natural abilities? Natural abilities are things that we do with ease compared to most people, and we have natural abilities in different areas. For example, maybe for you, you find it easy to do math, right? Mathematics might be an easy subject for you. Ordinarily historically, most people who are good in math would go either to be a mathematician, a statistician, or an engineer. But you can also curate a career in marketing, communications, and brand because we do need data analysts and data miners. They're the ones who help us shape the decisions we make when it comes to marketing activities. So that's a possible career path. So just sit down and understand what are your natural abilities, then lean towards that. Or sometimes you're good in drawing, right? And if you're good in drawing, perhaps you lean more towards someone who can choose a career in graphic designing and later on grow to be what we call a creative director when it comes to marketing and communications. So take note of that, right? What are my natural abilities? Number three, I want you to ask yourself, what is my personality? Now, when you Google personalities or you research, you get a lot of different personality types. At this stage, I don't want you to worry about too much. I just want you to worry about two personality types. Am I an introvert or am I an extrovert? An introvert is someone who enjoys their self company in a sense. They enjoy spending time with themselves, they enjoy thinking, meditating, analyzing situations. Then we have extroverts. These are people who are known to derive their energy from interacting with people. So they tend to be sociable, they make friends more easily, the ones who probably enjoy doing presentations in class or in school or in theater and things like that. So if you lean towards that side, I want to know both of these personalities. I want both of these personalities to know this, that you can still find a route when it comes to your marketing and communications career. You know, the introverts are people who are more detailed, right? So they probably would prefer working behind the scenes. These are our data miners. These are the cameramen, the camera crews, the content creators, the machines, all those tech equipments that we use when it comes to marketing and communications. These are the sort of people that would thrive in such areas. And maybe those who lean towards being extroverted would probably thrive more in careers like crisis communications and things like that, right? Those are the people who, because they get the energy in interacting with people to try and solve issues, right? So after that, I want you to think about your learning style. What is my learning style? We all learn differently, we're all created differently. So, but I want you to think of two ways of learning. Don't overcomplicate it. I just want you to think of two ways. Number one, you could be the type of person who goes to class, And once you listen to what the teacher says, you quickly grasp the formula, you can basically do the assignment by yourself, right? Or you can move on to the next learning assignment. There are people who grasp like that. Yeah, they'd rather listen to a teacher and grasp like that. As whereas there are other people who prefer practicals. So once they learn in class, they want to go test it out. They want to see how it applies in the world. That's a different personality type. So often than not, those who learn quickly and just learn from the classroom, what the teacher says is what goes. Those are people who think on their feet most of the time. So these are the people who, again, would do well in marketing careers such as corporate affairs, where people need to make quick decisions to help an organization, or crisis communication, or are in media and conduct media interviews or engage with stakeholders. So there are people who must think on the go, right? Whereas we have the other group of people who prefer practical things. They work best in long-term projects. Remember, marketing, one of the if you go back to our previous episodes, one of the things we say that marketing is a long-term initiative. So these people would do well in strategy formulation, marketing strategy formulation. Those people who like to test, is this working? Where is the problem? Where is the challenge? How can I remove the obstacle? Those are the people who thrive more in such career paths when it comes to marketing. So, after you've answered those four questions, you've written down your answers, I want you to sit down with your parents or your guidance and counseling teacher in school. Many of our schools nowadays have a guidance and counseling teacher, someone who can talk with us when it comes to our career. Remember, always look for someone safe to speak to about the things that are at your heart. So speak to them, share with them what you're thinking, and get feedback. Also, sometimes from feedback, we are able to make a decision on which possible career would suit us. Number two, check in your circles. Either it could be your parents' friends, your auntie, your uncle, anyone who's within the marketing, communications, or brand space, and ask them if you can job shadow them for a day or for a week, depending on the organization that they work in, right? Think of it as bring your child to work day. So take that opportunity, see it practically taking place. How is the marketing department set up? How does a day in the life of a marketer look like? And see if this is actually something you'd be interested in pursuing, right? Number three, I need you to read, read, read. Also, sub, subscribe to channels like this where people are always sharing marketing, communications, and brand information so that you can learn and start getting comfortable with the concept. So it gives you more confidence before you make a decision. Last but not least, do not consider money as a factor when you're choosing a career. And this is just not for a career in marketing, but in all careers in general. The reason I tell you this, for you to make money and good money for that in any career is based on two sole principles. Number one is the value you create in what the market needs. If you're not, you will not make money. Number two, are you exceptional in customer experience? Do you give good customer service? That's where money actually comes from. I really hope this helps. I really hope you'll choose a career in marketing, in communication. And even if you don't, I know you'll succeed in whatever you do. So catch you on the next one.